Yeah, writing 235 online. They've all finished the flip grid, so I guess it's my turn. Okay, here we go.
Hey, welcome to Writing 235. Sorry I'm late, but I'll make it up to you. Okay, let's get started. When I was preparing for class, I thought about how much goes into making a class successful. A good syllabus, interesting discussions, interesting reading, engaged students, challenging projects. Just like a good bowl of cereal, kinda. We've entered a new paradigm in how we communicate. Technology is allowing us to reach people and places in a way previous generations never could have imagined. And that's good, right? But as Douglas Rushkoff points out in his book Program or Be Programmed, 10 Commands for a Digital Age, we must let our technology serve us, not the other way around. We have to learn how to use it to make connections, not break connections. We must use the communication skills we've developed over the centuries.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
But in new and exciting ways. It still has to be good, and that's what the semester will be about. This is a seminar, which means you're not only here to gain knowledge, but to bring ideas to the discussion as well. We'll try different things. Some will work. Others, well, yeah, hopefully it'll go better than that. I predict that paper will become virtually non-existent by the end of the decade. We will rely more and more on our technology and our ability to use it successfully. So with the right ingredients, patience, and knowledge, we can create new ways to communicate by adding what we know into what we're discovering and create new and better ways to write in electronic environments. I hope we have a great semester.
Have you ever wondered if the people of the Anglo-Saxon period lamented when information started being exchanged by paper, quill, and ink, instead of lyrical songs with lutes and lyres? Did they mourn the death of the oral tradition, or celebrate the beginning of literacy? Probably both. How did people in 1446 feel when Gutenberg published his first edition of Poem of the Last Judgment? Some were probably ecstatic, while others feared the loss of the quill and the beauty of handwriting. I'm guessing in both cases, some saw it as a dumbing down of a culture. They were probably afraid their children would become lazy and less educated. They probably felt like many of us do, as we face the greatest paradigm shift to redefine literacy, technology and its electronic environments. But unlike the Celts and the people of the Middle Ages, the changes we're living through have happened in a historical blink of the eye and are continuing exponentially. There are some who say that technology is our future, but it's not. It already happened. Technology is now. Like most changes that come hard and fast, myths have been created out of fear and discomfort. Dr. David Crystal is a world-renowned linguist and author. He's best known for his Cambridge Encyclopedia of Language. Dr. Crystal points out the most common of these myths and debunks them with a sensible understanding of culture and language. For example, he says that in spite of what most people think, text speak is not invading student writing. In fact, the abbreviations used in texting are few and are virtually non-existent in academic writing. Another myth debunked by Dr. Crystal is that students are not reading and writing as much as they have in the past. Students are actually doing both more now than they have since before the creation of the telephone, and maybe ever. He says that new research is starting to show that the younger students are when they begin using text messaging, the more successful they may be with standardized language assessments. More than ever, writers now need to think carefully about what to write and how to write it in order to make their messages clear and effective to their audiences. Sound familiar? Isn't that what we've been teaching them all along? New genres and a redefinition of old ones are emerging. In China and India, text novels are all the craze. Text and tweet poetry contests have already happened, and some great works have come from them. The face of journalism is changing so profoundly that countries and governments are being redefined as you're watching this video. Technology and the electronic environments it creates are not going away. They will only continue to advance. They are the new media through which writers will now share their voices. Our students may not need paper or pens much, if at all, but like the printing press and the beautiful verses of the oral tradition, print media will take their respected place in our culture as beautiful art forms to be relished and appreciated. Meanwhile, student writers still need to learn how to manage, express, and develop their ideas. That is still our job. They also need teachers who understand the world they're living in so that they can be successful communicators in their interpersonal and professional relationships. So let's ignore the myths. Language is not going to hell in a handbasket. It's going through the wires and satellites and changing our world in new and wonderful ways, as only the power of writing can. Whether it's a text, a tweet, or a blog, it is still writing.